All right, welcome to Restorative Yoga. All you need is a mat and some comfortable clothes. We're going to start on our backs today, so you can slowly make your way down. Take your time getting situated and settled. As we start to slow down from our day, just give the body and the mind a little refresher. You can lay with your feet spread out, legs flat. You can take a bend in the knees. Really, whatever is feeling good today. And wherever you're at, I'll invite you to place a hand on your chest and a hand on the belly. Really work to make that hand on your belly rise with every inhale, filling up and feeling compressed down as we exhale. Continue to slow our breath down, aiming for 3 to 4 seconds. The hand on the chest should stay pretty steady where it is. It's really just focusing on that belly hand. Really helps to bring some attention to our breath. And if we're really getting the most out of it with our belly breathing, got a couple more here. You can take your time. Good. Then on your next inhale, we'll gently start to stretch overhead, reaching the arms up. We'll hold here. If you want to keep the hands separate, you can. If you want to clasp them together, you can. Like to give quite a bit of flexibility with your practice. You can play around and find what feels best for you. Move the hands around, roll the wrists out. You to stretch through the shoulders, stretch through the fingertips. Good. We'll take one more big inhale, really reach. As we exhale, pull to the right side. Hold here for a breath. Big inhale. Big exhale. Good. We'll bring the arms to the center. Then we'll slowly start to pull them to the left. We'll hold for one deep breath. We'll bring arms back to the center, and then you can release into a goalpost position. So arms are about 90 degrees. You can just let the hands find the ground. So opening up through the chest, through the shoulders. Work to let the arms just be heavy. And if your feet are not already flat on the mat, we'll take a bend in the knees and we'll start to windshield wiper the legs, dropping the knees off towards either side. It's a really gentle movement. Nice and slow to start to just move the hips, move the low back. Kind of ease into things today. Good. All right, we'll find some stillness in the center. From here, we're going to cross the left foot over the right knee. You can either keep it down here, or you can use your hands to grab behind the right hamstring, pull it in a little bit closer to really deepen that stretch. This is our figure 4 stretch. If you do have the legs lifted, you can start to roll out the right ankle. Maybe just flutter the toes around. Play around with extending the leg, bending the leg. Don't be afraid to play around, try some new movements. Good. We'll take 2 more deep breaths as we hold. After that second deep breath, you can slowly start to return the right foot to the ground. Keep that left leg crossed over. We'll let it fall gently down towards the right side. So just a gentle twist here. Get as low as comfortable. Make it to the ground if that's comfortable. Then once we're settled, we'll extend the arms out and slowly gaze over our left fingertips for a full body twist. We'll do our best to just let the body be heavy here. Try to unclench the jaw. We'll take 2 more deep breaths. Really feeling the belly and chest rise. And after that second deep breath, you can slowly start to bring your gaze back to the center, and then we'll pull the legs to the center, uncross the left foot, and we'll switch sides. So getting that right foot crossed over the left knee, and you can either hang out with that left foot on the ground, or if you want a deeper stretch, you can gently pull in that left hamstring, grabbing with the hands. And we have the same options. If you are lifted, you can add in some ankle rollouts, flutter the toes, extend and bend the leg. Really breathing into the IT band, to the hamstrings, where we're feeling that stretch. Good. We'll take 2 more deep breaths. Fill the belly up. Good. After that second deep breath, you can slowly release the left foot down if it's not already there. Keeping that right foot crossed over, we're just going to let it fall to the left side, going as far as comfortable. Once you get settled, sorry, an update pop up. I don't know if I went away or not. Once you get settled, you can extend the arms out and shift your gaze over to the right, right over the fingertips. We'll do our best to just kind of let the body sink into the mat, really ground down with this pose. Continue those deep breaths. Really trying to take up space with the belly, get the most out of our breath. The body to just release and relax. Good. We'll take 2 more deep breaths. Good. After that second deep breath, you can shift your gaze back to the center first. And we'll pull the legs back to the center, release the right foot. We'll find our windshield wipers one more time. We're just letting the knees drop to either side. Just a slight refresher after that deeper stretch. All right, we'll find stillness in the center, and we'll use our inhale to draw both knees into the chest. Use the hands to just hug them in close. Maybe find a rock side to side. Maybe draw circles with the knees. Or you can just appreciate some stillness. Whatever the body needs today. We'll take 2 more deep breaths. After that second deep breath, we'll shift to have our hands behind the knees, and we'll move into roll-ups using some momentum to rock ourselves up and down on our mats. And take as many or as few of these as you like. Moving into butterfly pose next if you'd like to make your way there. For butterfly, our feet are together in the center. We are pressing down lightly on the knees with elbows. Really getting a nice deep stretch in the hips and the inner thigh. You can let the chin drop to the chest. Just let the head be heavy and find that stretch in the back of the neck, just a slight stretch. Maybe you take a moment to close the eyes to really hone in on your breath. Take a moment to notice how the body's feeling thus far. What areas might still need a little love. We'll get there. Let's take 2 more deep breaths. Good. Whenever you're done with your second deep breath, you can slowly start to bring the chin back up. And we'll shift ourselves back, extending the right foot out. We'll bring the left foot into touch or as close as comfortable. Sitting up nice and tall, we're going to inhale and reach overhead. And exhale to fold forward, reaching towards the knee, the shin, or the toes. For a single leg forward fold. Again, if you'd like, you can tuck that chin back down, find that slight neck stretch if it's comfortable. Or you can keep the chin lifted. Wherever you're at. Or to slow our breath down, aiming for 3 more breaths. Breathing into the hamstrings, into the low back. Just let the body be heavy. And after you're done with your 3 deep breaths, you can slowly start to roll your way up the leg. Keeping our right leg out, we're going to shift to bring our left foot over the top, so crossing it over. Give a little hug in, and we'll slowly start to twist our way to the left. Using that left hand as kind of a kickstand to keep ourselves nice and tall. And if it's a little too awkward to grab with the hand, you can also shift and use an elbow to kind of press that leg back, just as another option. Let's take 2 more deep breaths, not here for long. We'll slowly start to twist back to the center. You can unwind that left leg. And we'll switch to extend that left leg out, keeping both legs right where they're at. We're gonna just try to reach forward as far as we can. So you can grab the knees, you can grab the shins, or maybe grab the feet just to fold ourselves and start to give a little pull, using our grip to help ourselves out, help ourselves fold forward. Or maybe we're just hanging out up here. That is okay too. We'll take 1 more deep breath, not too long here. Good. You can shift yourself back and we'll bend that right leg. So bringing the foot into touch or as close as comfortable. We'll sit up nice and tall and inhale to reach overhead. Exhale to fold forward. reaching for the knee, the shin, or the toes. If you'd like to take a bend in the knee too, feel free. I can't remember if I mentioned that on the first side, but that is always an option with our seated forward folds. Slow breaths here. Let's take 3 more. Breathing into the hamstrings, working to release that tension. And after that third deep breath, you can slowly roll your way up the leg. And just like that other side, we're gonna cross our right foot over top gracefully as we can. Then we'll slowly start to twist open. So you can either grab that knee and kind of pull it close with the left hand, or you can also take an elbow to just press it over. Whatever works better for you. Both are great options to get that stretch in the IT bands and allow us to twist open. We'll unclench the jaw, soften the face, loosen up the shoulders. We'll take 2 deep breaths. But after your second deep breath, you can slowly start to unwind, bring it back to the center. We'll bring that leg back over, and this time we'll make our way to a cross-legged position. Just a comfortable seat. Right, from here, we're gonna inhale to reach overhead. Then as we exhale, we're gonna place the right hand on the ground and reach with the left side. So the right hand is our support. Left arm through the shoulder, back, side body, getting that stretch. If you want, you can roll the wrists out, stretch out the fingers. You move the arm around. Don't be afraid to play around, get your princess wave on, the parade wave. We'll take one more deep breath, really reach. Then we'll start to bring it back to the center. Let's hold both arms overhead for a moment here. We shake the shoulders out. All right, we'll inhale to reach overhead one more time. As we exhale, place left hand on the ground, reach with the right side. So we have a strong kickstand with our left arm, allowing you to really bend over, stretch, reach. You roll the wrists out, and parade wave it out. Happy I can entertain myself. Taking time to really appreciate that stretch through the shoulder, the back, the side body. Take one more deep breath. And then we'll start to swoop. You can just leave the hands on the ground. Take a couple shoulder rolls here at your leisure. Maybe alternate sides. You can do the same time. And we'll switch directions. Keep it short and sweet. We can do alternating. If I can coordinate that. Creepy crawly shoulders. Same time. Just really working to loosen up the shoulders and upper back. Right, give it a shake. And from here, we're gonna roll ourselves forward onto hands and knees. Fingers can be spread nice and wide with hands below the shoulders, and then knees are gonna be right below the hips. From here, we're gonna take an inhale to drop the belly down, lift the gaze, lift the tailbone. And exhale to round out the spine and pull the shoulder blades apart, really press through the palms. Inhale to swoop down, lift the gaze, lift the tailbone. Then exhale to round out the spine, pull the shoulder blades apart. Good, let's get one more big inhale, swoop the belly down, lift the gaze. Then a big exhale to round out the spine. That'll make our way to a neutral tabletop position. From here, we're gonna slowly extend our left foot behind us and start to rock forward and backward. So stretch out the calf, the toes, the foot, the ankle, just give some movement to our left leg, lower extremity. Another option I'll throw out, if the wrists are feeling a little tender, you can also take fists to be a little more neutral. We'll be here for a little bit on hands and knees. Just an option. We'll take one more deep breath. We'll make our way to some stillness. From here, we're gonna take that left foot and bring it over to the right edge of our mat. Then shift our gaze to look towards the heel. We'll hold here and breathe. Should feel a little stretch in the hips, glutes. Really press that heel back, get a bonus calf stretch. I'll take 2 deep breaths. Good. After that second deep breath, you can slowly start to bring the left knee back where it started. You can shift the hip side to side, and we'll switch sides. So extending that right foot out, then we'll find that rocking motion forward and backward. Giving the foot a little love, stretching out the calf. Often forget about our feet, so it's good to give them a little TLC every once in a while. Continue to breathe deeply. Don't forget about that breath. And we'll take 2 more deep breaths. And after that second deep breath, we'll find some stillness. Then bring that right foot across the mat to the left side and let the gaze follow. We want that calf stretch, really press the heel down. Feel a slight stretch in the hips and glutes on that left side. We'll take 2 deep breaths. Good. After your second deep breath, you can unwind, bring that right knee back to the mat. And then from here, we'll walk the knees out as wide as comfortable. Bring the big toes to touch, and we'll sink into extended child's pose. So sitting hips towards the heels, walking the hands forward, and you can relax forehead to the mat. You can take this time to really focus on your breath as we feel the upper back, belly rise and fill up with our inhales. And feel the body compress down with the exhale. Do our best to let the body just be as heavy as possible as we hold this position. It's a good full body stretch. The fingertips down the shoulders, on the back, to the hips. Feel free if you'd like to play around with some movement. You can start to kind of shift the hips side to side. You may just want to lift the head slightly off your mat. We'll take 2 more deep breaths. Good. And after your second deep breath, slowly begin to shift ourselves forward. We'll lower all the way down to the mat onto our belly. Hands should be right below the shoulders. And from here, we're going to slowly start to peel ourselves up. Light pressure in the hands going into cobra, modified cobra. We'll hold for 1 more breath. We'll slowly start to relax down. From here, we're going to extend our elbows forward so they're below the shoulders, and forearms are just placed down on the ground. Fingers can spread nice and wide. From here, we'll just start to pick our gaze up, lift the chest forward, moving into Sphinx pose. If the angle is a little too much for the back, you can adjust by shifting the hands forward even more so it's a little less intense. You can always play around, find that sweet spot. We'll take 2 more deep breaths. After that second deep breath, slowly start to kind of press yourself up, shift the hips back. We'll find our high plank position. So hands are right below the shoulders. We'll lift up to the toes just for a moment. We'll slowly start to kick our right foot forward. You can lower down to that back knee, finding a low runner's lunge. So we'll just hold here. You can stay up on the hands. If it's comfortable, you can walk further down towards the ground if that's in your practice. We'll do our best to and just really appreciate that deep stretch in the hips. Feel free to shift side to side, maybe shift forward and backward. Play around. We'll spend 2 more deep breaths here. And after that second deep breath, you can do what you need to bring that leg back. Maybe shift the hips side to side. And we'll lift up to our high plank real quick, 1 more time, just to step that left leg forward, drop down to that right knee. You can make adjustments as you need to, and you can either stay up on the hands, or if it's comfortable, you can walk your way down further if that is in your practice. You can find movements. You just stay still and appreciate that hip stretch. Nice deep breaths. Breathing definitely helps us out with these deeper stretches where you may want to hold on to it. Just let it go. Let's get 1 more deep breath. Good. All right, after that breath, you can swing your leg back, walk it back, however it works. And we'll make our way back down to the mat. So you can shift onto a hip. And we'll just go nice and slow, rolling 1 vertebrae at a time, all the way down. Good. And we'll reach the arms up overhead, stretch the legs out, just take up lots of space. Just slow down this last minute or so, a little less of glass. If you like, you can return the hands how we started class, with one on the chest, one on the belly. Just an option. Really hone into that belly breathing, really filling up, and feeling everything just compress down. And just letting it all go. Take 3 more deep breaths at your own pace. After that last deep breath, you can inhale to bring the arms up overhead again if they're not already. Reach, stretch. And as we exhale, we'll bring the palms together and down to the forehead at third eye center. Please know that you are more than welcome to continue adding on to this practice on your own. Otherwise, I appreciate you all taking time out of your day to join me for this slow restorative practice. We'll seal our time together with Namaste.